Can everybody hear me? Yeah, good. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to our Team Fearless Wednesday night call. I'm so excited to have you guys all here. And if you're just jumping on, if you could just mute yourself, that would be great. All right. I got that. I just wanted to say that I have a few announcements, and then I'm going to get into what I wanted to talk about tonight. Let's see here. How come I can't see myself? Oh, there I am. Okay. So my few announcements that I have. We have 11 days till the end of the month, and that is a ton of time for you guys to hit Success Club. I know that my Coach Basics group, we have a challenge group starting up the first week in September. And if that's something that you need to get going so that you guys can hit Success Club, then you can do that. If you want to join with us, just message me. But there's still tons of time, and I want you guys to get there because it's so important for your business. And once you see it start to pay it forward, once you hit Success Club, you'll understand why. I mean, this month has been crazy for me. Just for hitting Success Club 10, I think I have earned over $200 worth of commissions just because I hit Success Club 10 last month. So that's something that you really, really need to be pushing for and trying to get to. At the same time, I will tell you to forget the Success Club points and just focus on helping people. So just go out there and focus on helping as many people as you can, and I promise you that will return back to you. My Push to Diamond group. I got a little off track this weekend because of everything that was going on with me and my son, but I am still opening that up next week. So I'm giving everybody a little bit extra time. As long as you get to me by Saturday or Sunday, I will get you into that group. You need to be Emerald, or you need to be very close to being Emerald. Message me and tell me when you will be Emerald if you're not. You need to be an active coach, and you need to be on Shakeology HD. As long as you're those three, then you can get into that Push to Diamond group, and we can help you guys get to the Diamond Retreat in Austin, which is going to be so much fun. I just got my my card in the mail, and I'm super, super excited about that. So let's pop up all these diamonds, and everybody, let's go to Austin. Let's have a freaking amazing time. Let's do it. Message me. I'll get you in that group. The next announcement that I wanted to say was I am going to be hosting my sneak peek on August. We'll start on August 31st. Sam, you're doing one soon? Sorry, I put you on the spot.
Mine starts on August 31st as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So you all have a group to get into. And if you want to start writing your own sneak peeks, more power to you. That is, I say, you guys fly and start doing it. But right now, what I want to tell you are some tips. You still have a while to invite to this sneak peek. And honestly, right now, I wouldn't start necessarily inviting because they're going to want more information right away. What I would do is tomorrow, start sharing little tidbits about coaching. What coaching has done for you. What is your paycheck doing for you tomorrow, even if it's little? Get out there and share it. People want to see it. Build it up. And then when you are ready to invite to the sneak peek, then share a big story and invite it. And people will have been watching because you started plugging in just little things here and there and here and there and here and there. And then you're going to say, come on, join me. Let me see what this is about. So you have a lot of time to do that. And tomorrow's a perfect day since it's payday and rank advancements and things like that. And then also I have asked this before, but if you want to make a new video for my sneak peek, please do so. Make it, but I try to make it less than 5 minutes. I know mine goes over, so keep it under 10 for sure. But if you want to tell your story because you're going to invite 20 people to the sneak peek, they want to hear from you. So make that video so I can get that in there. We might be switching up. I might be switching up. Oh, let me mute some people. I might be switching up what I'm doing a little bit in the sneak peek, but not much. I could still use everybody's videos with their stories because that's what the people that you bring in want to hear. They want to hear from you. Okay. So as you know, I probably need some water. I'm going to go into what I'm talking about tonight. And I asked you guys last night what your biggest struggles were right now. And these are some of the answers that I got. I got focus, consistency, organization, getting outside my comfort zone, motivation, desire, time, belief, and self-doubt. Those are just a few. If you're on the phone, if you can mute yourself, that would be good, because I don't think I can mute you.
Ashley, this is me. I don't know how to mute myself.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Or I'm on the phone.
I got it. There you go. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I have been doing a lot of like digging in and listening to people and hearing stories this past week and a half. And then last night I heard from another coach that has a very similar story to mine talk. And it kind of hit me. So you guys are feeling all of these struggles, but it really boils down to one simple thing. And before I get into that thing, I want to remind you all that the only way you can fail in this business is if you quit. And we've all been at that point where we were ready to quit. I've been there. I've had the, oh, I don't need to do this. I can just go do something else, or, and finally I had to have a come to Jesus talk with myself. You're either in or you're out. What are you going to do? And at that moment, I committed to never giving up, and I will never quit. No matter how far I get pushed back down, I will not quit. But this brings me to what will keep you going every single day. And when I was on a call last night, and the girl who was sharing her story, she said this quote, and this is when it really hit me. The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you found out why. And I'm not sure if that hits home like it does everybody else, but when I was, chugging along in my business, and I was, doing things here and there, maybe having a challenge group, maybe doing some invites, maybe doing this, but never doing anything consistently, it was because I didn't have a why. I didn't have something that was pushing me. I didn't have something that was like digging into my heart saying, I need to get up every single morning and do all of these invites. And I need to do this because this hurts and I want to change this. So I am telling you guys right now, if you are struggling, it is because one of the big reasons is because your why is not deep enough and it is not tugging at your heart. And you need to find that why that is going to push you to get up in the morning and do the things that you need to do, or stay up late at night and do the things that you need to do. The thing is this business is simple. I'm not saying that it's easy, but the things that we need to do to succeed are things that you could easily not do. So they're just as easy to not do as they are to do. The 3 vital behaviors, your personal development. Sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes we tell ourselves, oh, well, I'm not going to do some of this, so I'm not going to do any of it. No, you have got to find that why that is going to push you and that is going to be strong enough. And I know that you guys hear this so much about your why. And maybe it's hard for you to connect with that. And honestly, you really, really have to dig deep and find what that why is. Why are you doing this? What is causing you hurt in your life? Or maybe you're thinking there's something in your life and it's just bothering you so bad. You're like, I cannot change this. There's nothing I can do. Well, if you can't control that, you can control this business. That can change that. Whatever it is, I promise you that can happen. I remember the moment that I found my why that really, really pushed me. And I was so passionate about it. And I would get so worked up when I talked about it. I didn't talk about it with people because I would probably scare them. But that's where you need to go. You need to dig deep. You need to find what that is that's going to push you. I was I don't want to say mad, but I was just tired of people telling me that this is the way things were going to be. And this is the, it's never going to change. So you are going to be this way. Just deal with it. Just live with it. It's going to be fine. And finally, I got so sick of it. I said, no, that's not the way it's going to be. I'm going to do this and I'm going to push it. I'm going to show you guys that it's not. I didn't say that to the people, at the beginning, but that's what it took. It took for me to get angry. So if it takes for you to get emotional, if it takes for you to get sad, whatever it is, just keep digging and find out why you're doing this. I know a lot of people will say it's because I want to help others. And I'm sorry, that's not a good enough why. That's not going to get you up in the morning. And that's not going to get you to do the 3 vital behaviors. It needs to be something inside of you. And the next thing is it cannot be financial. You cannot put a number on it, because if you put a number on it, you are going to hit that number and then it's never going to be enough. So you need to dig deep and you need to find it. And you need to write it down, and you need to write it down every single day in the morning when you get up. Even if that's the one thing that you can do with 10 minutes, I am sure your morning routine, you can find 10 minutes in there somewhere, and you can write that why out, and you can write why you're going to do it. And that will set your intentions for your day. That is what gets me to do the things that I need to do. My power hour, my to-do list and everything. Sorry, I'm getting off track of my notes. What will make you fight for success? Do you want to just say it's easier to quit right now, or it's easier to keep going to my job? Because I know for me, I was just so tired of hearing people say, well, this is the way your life is going to be. You're not going to be able to travel. You're not going to be able to do the things that you want to do. You're probably going to have to scale back on, whatever it is, your shopping, your whatever. And that's not I want to live a life without limits. And if you want that, then you have to find that, and you have to remind yourself of that daily. And your why, it's going to grow. It's going to grow, or it's going to change. And that's fine. When you're feeling flustered, you need to go back to that. You need to look at it and say, is this what I really want? Has this already happened? Do I need to dig deeper? And last month, honestly, that's kind of what I was going through. I was struggling because I had kind of gotten to a place where I don't have limits on myself anymore. And I don't have these people telling me this anymore. So it wasn't pushing me as hard as I wanted it to. And then this weekend happened when my son fell and he hit his head, and we were in the emergency room and all this was going on. And when the social worker came in and asked if I needed a note for work because I'm going to have to be home with my son for 6 weeks, I was like, holy crap, there comes my why again. And you better bet your ass I was on the Dynamo call on Sunday night when I got home, because not because I wanted to be, but because it tugs at my heart, and I am not going to let somebody else come in and take care of my son while he's healing. So find that why, dig deep, and just, I can't even say it enough, but just journal, write it down, tell people, make it your priority. And that is what is going to get you to do the things that you guys are not doing consistently. I know it sounds so simple, but once you find it, it's going to keep you going and going. Once you do that and you have kind of set your goals, and we've talked about goals a lot, there's a few other little things I wanted to go over, but start tracking what you're doing. And if you're, I always talk about tracking. If you're tracking, you can see where you're doing more or less. And honestly, I've gone back, and I kind of want to share this with you guys too. Just a notebook. I was doing it all in Evernote, and it really wasn't helping me. So I got a notebook, and I labeled it just the month of August. And I put, in the beginning, I put my monthly goals on there of how many invites I wanted to make, how many Success Club I wanted to make. I have my year-end goals on there too. And I just put all of those goals on there. And then every day, I just track let me go to another page, everything that I'm doing. I start off with the new week. In the beginning of the week, I put my weekly goals and where I'm at, like with how many friends I have, how many invites I want to do and everything. And then I start, hold on, I'm trying to find a better day here. On a day where I'm tracking everything between new friend requests, new invites, new coach invites, and follow-ups. And what I do, if you guys have seen my crazy new addiction to my Sharpie pens, I'm not organized at all, but my Sharpie pens. So what I do is I choose a color. The first color is new friend request. The second color is new invites. The third color is coach invites. And then the fourth one would be follow-ups. So I choose the color for the day. They don't have to be the same every day because I am totally ADD and that would like drive me crazy if they were the same. And I will just start with one. So I'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4. My new friend request will be in pink, let's say. And then let's say, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I'm inviting to a group. So that one will be blue. Or now I'm doing invites. Well, that one will be orange. Well, you can just number them. That way you just would pick up on the next number so you know how many invites you have. And at the end of the day, I tally it at the top. I know you guys can't see it, but I tally it at the top of how many invites I had, how many follow-ups and friend requests that I had. And then at the end of the week, I tally it and I look at it and I say, okay, well, what did I do? I go as far as writing down the posts that I did. How many times did I do an invite to a challenge group or an invite to coaching or something like that? Am I doing it too much? Do I need to do it less? You guys have to track what you're doing to see where you're at. If you don't track, you won't know where to go next and you won't know what to do. And, you know, the same thing goes for life happens. I didn't track. I picked up my notebook today, and the last time I had tracked was the 13th. But that didn't stop me from tracking today. I picked it back up because I know that if I don't track, that it's going to fall further behind. And it also, if you have to write it down, you're probably going to do it. So it'll help you do that. But don't let things happen. Just because life happens, you know, pick yourself back up and keep going. Write that why out. If it takes you a day to sit down and like collect your thoughts and write it back out and get in the groove, then you have to do it. But those are basically the tips that I had. And I feel like I talked really fast. And I feel like I had more, but that is what I have. Does anybody have any questions or anything that they would like to add? And if it's questions not on this topic, I'm up for that too. Does anybody want to share their why tonight? Because I think that would be really fun. You guys are all quiet tonight.
I was just kind of looking over my notes quick to like make sure that I didn't have some things I wanted to add, but because the other night I listened to this talk from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is like the godfather of personal development. If you've not ever seen anything by Tony Robbins, check him out on YouTube. I watched this 2-hour-long thing that he did on influence. And this is what we do. We're influencers. So it really kind of, I know this is totally off topic, Ashley, and everything you talked about tonight is spot on, like with making sure that you know your why enough so that you can be consistent, so that you can get organized, so you can track, so you can get on your game. It all ties together. But what Tony taught me about influence is, and I see this so much with Amy Silverman, that she is so in tune with her emotions. And that's how you influence people, is by getting in touch with their emotions, helping them to realize the pain that they might be going through and how you could maybe help them. Bringing up those feelings that they might have about where they're at with their life today, whether it is with their health, their fitness, their nutrition, their happiness, their financial situation. You are pinging into that person's emotions. And when you can do that, and when you get into that point where they are, where you're in a personal conversation with them, if you just ask questions, and you know where your end goal is, they're going to come up with a solution in their head already that you are going to be able to help them, because you're asking the right questions about them. So one of the best things that I got out of it was this this quote. And I think that there's a way that I could tweak this to really make it work for us and our business. And he said, there's one emotion that I don't want you to have, and that is regret. There's one emotion I don't want you to have, and that is regret. If you don't take this opportunity right now, what level of regret are you going to have? I'll say it again. If you don't take this opportunity right now, what level of regret are you going to have? That could be, I see it. I see what he's talking about. I'm like, wow, that makes so much sense. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, well, how could I play that into a conversation? So maybe you guys will come up with something better. I'm not very good with words. So maybe you guys can come up with some kind of wording to use that, or a specific place to use that in our business. And he talked about this influence funnel, where it was like, you've got this funnel of all the stuff that you're talking about, and the first 40 yards is identifying with the person, asking them questions, finding out what they need. And then the next 25 yards is relating to them. Attack and confess. He said something about, like, you know what their objection is going to be ahead of time. You know that they're probably going to give you a money objection, a time objection, whatever it is. So you tell your story and you relate to that objection. And then you paint the solution for them. If you want to do this, this is what's going to happen. This is how I can solve your problem. And then you give them the call to action. Are you in or are you out, essentially? So that went way longer than I expected.
No, that was good. No, stay on.
I'm totally off topic.
No, it's not. No, it totally circles back in with this, because she's talking about emotion. And if you can't find your own emotion, how are you going to dig it out of anybody else? Do you remember what he said? I don't remember the exact words, but going back to Tony Robbins too, we both watched a webinar that's on from Eric Warr. And he said something along the lines of, if you're not working on yourself, your business is going nowhere. Do you have it? I don't have it.
I remember the exact line you're talking about, but I don't think, and I was actually going to say that. He said something like, if you're not out there working on yourself, 90% of the time you're not going to be able to help anybody. If you can't help yourself, you're not going to be able to help anybody. So that is why we hear it over and over again that personal development is so important. And I hear it over and over and over again by successful people. It doesn't matter if they're Beachbody coaches or whoever. They write down their why every single day. They write down, they visualize it. They have gratitude. They feel those feelings of gratitude. They write down affirmations every day, like you said.
Don't let it be small. Like, don't let your why be small. Let it be big. Let it be what you want it to be. There's no limitation there. But if you're working on yourself and you're sharing that, that's where everything she just said is going to come into play, because you have felt it. And so you are going to be able to put that forward. So I actually think that tied in perfectly with what I had to say. Hold on, I wrote something down. Oh, I wrote down what you said. Does anybody have anything else they want to add or have any questions?
Ashley.
Yes.
I actually, I went to a meeting last night, and they were talking about groups and why people join groups, and how to get people to join your groups and that kind of thing. And they're talking about how there's 3 different types of people out there. Basically, the people that are looking for the income, and this kind of goes along with our whys, looking for income, that love the product or just want to have fun. And if you focus your why on the income, you're leaving out 2/3 of the amount of people that you're trying to reach. If you focus on just the fun, same thing. But if you can incorporate all three things into your why, when you're presenting it to other people, then you're going to catch 100% of the people that are paying attention to you. And a lot of times, like with your why, if you just kind of do like the where I was, where I'm at, where I want to be, kind of thing too. They said that it just kind of draws more interest into what you're doing.
Yes. I love that. Oh, I love that. Exactly. When you figure out your why or your goals and you're not there yet, and if you share it, put it out there, even if you don't hit it, it's like people will be attracted to that and they will come to you. But people are following us when we're real, when we're open, when we're sharing, and then that's how they trust you. And so we all go through those phases where that's hard to do. Or, for me, what happens is that's hard to do, and then that's easy to do. And then all of a sudden, whoa, I'm not ready to share this and this and this or whatever. So it happens to all of us. But I love that you have to, connect it all into a circle and know really what you want and share what it has done for you. All three of them, the financial, the product, and how much it has brought to your life. Yeah. So that's perfect. I love that. There was some. Does anybody have anything else they want to add or say? Hold on. Who's all on this call? Let's see real quick. I have a special guest coming next week, so you won't want to miss that on our team call. And I'm super excited to hear from her. So you guys know who she is. I'll just keep you on the edge of your seats. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, then I will let you guys go. Let us know if you need anything. Message me. That Diamond group, I've gotten a couple people, but not a lot. So if you want in there, let me know. It's gonna be different. I have time this weekend to be working on some things. So let me know and I will get you in. Have a good night.